Hello YouTube, Gold, Silver, Strength here. Today we're going to talk about DraftKings stock and whether or not you should buy it right now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so down below. It will really help us out and make us continue to produce more videos for you guys. And if you have not hit the like button, make sure to do so down below as well so that you let YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. So let us take a brief snapshot of DraftKings stock with relationship to the moving average cross. So the orange line is the 9-day moving average and this green line is the 26-day moving average. We can see that since the start of 2020 that I can pretty much summarize that DraftKings does like to follow the 9-day moving average, but it does have some spikes here and there. So there is a moderate relationship, but you can't ignore it. So you can see that since start of 2020, DraftKings has been following the 9-day moving average going up. And then there was that dip in March, which impacted DraftKings. It dipped down below. Then it formed a bullish cross on April 13th, 2020. And it was just a massive roar. This was about 200, 300% increase. And it formed a high right here at $44. And then you can say that it has been chopping sideways ever since. It formed a bearish cross, bearish cross, and then a bullish cross again on close to the last week of August, so on August 21st, 2020. Today, on September 2nd, DraftKings formed a huge candle with a bottom tail, and this is very bullish for DraftKings. This leads us to our general resistance and support levels. So if we draw a line, we can see that we have a ceiling right here at around $42-ish, $43, $43.50, you could say. Then we have a whole range down here, a ceiling. You can pretty much say that at this point, $35-ish is where DraftKings comfortably will bounce off from. You see that since the last week of August, it's been chopping along and then it just went straight up. These candles below the $35 floor is an anomaly in a way, but you do see that it bounced back up and it is currently within the range. In terms of time patterns, DraftKings does not have anything in particular so far, but I do see a ton of consecutive red candles that DraftKings likes to perform. So let us examine that. If we zoom in, we can see here that DraftKings formed, 6 consecutive red candles. We can see here is almost 8 consecutive red candles chopping sideways. But interesting to note right here, if you were to buy at the close and sell at the open, I think for most of these 8 days, you would have made profit. And I could say similar to here too, if you bought at the close and sold at the open, you would have probably made money as well. Let us look here in late April, same thing, 6 red candles, but if you bought at the close and sold at the open, you would have made a little bit of profit. Here we have 5 red candles, again, sold at the open and you bought at the close in the previous day, you would have made a little bit of profit. So DraftKings does have a very nice pattern in terms of time with swing trading, where you manipulate the closing and opening prices for DraftKings. And moving forward, this could be something very profitable and very consistent for traders and short-term investors to take. In terms of Fibonacci sequence, I don't think DraftKings for the short term, at least in this daily chart, needs a Fibonacci retracement. You can see that there was the lows here made in March at around $11, and it still has not broke over the 43.5 mark for the $4-ish. It still needs to break that ceiling and chop sideways or just continue to break it upward. It's going to chop sideways until it does so, and right now it's doing some sideways trading, at least in the short term. So before we go into the summary, let us take a quick look at the 1-hour chart to see if there's any bullish signs that can confirm what we see on the daily chart. Okay, we see that it opened higher than it closed yesterday. It formed this huge bottom doji, and now it is slowly trucking upward. There was some resistance here at $40 that is trying to overcome. But if it does manage to break through that, we can continue to see upside to the $44 mark. So that is a quick scalp, quick trade that some people might want to take advantage of. And that would be very nice. So overall, with the information from the 1 hour chart, I can see that short term, DraftKings does want to chop sideways, but every market open, it opens up higher. And it likes to do that, and it will give you that give or take each single day. But it does want to chop higher, and this makes me very bullish for it midterm because DraftKings wants to, chop sideways a little bit, open up, close down, chop sideways. But as it continues to do that, it's going to eventually hit this $43 mark. And then if it does continue on a sideways trajectory, it's going to continue on upwards momentum. You can see, for example, right here in the month of January, it was trading sideways, chopping, and then it just bounced up, chop sideways, bounce up. And then if we use the March prices as a new starting point, it was chopping sideways. It had a high of $13, chop sideways, huge candle up, chop sideways, another couple candles up, opened up, closed down, open up, close down. And it's just continuing this pattern. It's very prominent for DraftKings stock. And now that we're in September, I do expect much more of the same. So that is it for my analysis for DraftKings, and thank you for listening. Are you tired of losing in trading and investing? Check out my videos where I do a bare bones analysis on just the price action. No fancy indicators, no gimmicks, just trend analysis and winning here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.